Title: Marcus, a modern-day Job. Written by Brother J.K. Mayfield Jr. Let's dive deeper into who Marcus is, how he believed, and how he continually praised God, especially in his life's emotional storms. The year was 1979. Marcus was living a life that many would envy. A comfortable career in home caregiving, a warm home filled with the laughter of his wife, 2 great children, and a reputation in his community as a generous, God-fearing man. His life was not perfect, but it was full of purpose, love, and hope. But in what felt like the blink of an eye, everything began to unravel. It started with a car accident. His wife and children were returning from a weekend trip when a drunk driver veered into their lane. Marcus received the call at 2:13 a.m., the kind of call that changes everything. He dropped to his knees in the hospital hallway, numb, his prayers spilling out between sobs. God, please, don't let this be real. But it was real. And it was just the beginning. Months later, still grieving, Marcus lost his job due to downsizing at his company. Bills piled up. The home that once echoed with laughter became quiet, then cold, then gone, foreclosed. Finally, his body broke under the weight of stress and depression. A rare autoimmune disease crept in, stealing his energy, his independence, and leaving him in chronic pain. He felt cursed, alone, abandoned. And yet, Marcus remembered Job. Job, a man blameless and upright, who feared God and turned away from evil, lost everything: his children, his wealth, his health. Job sat in ashes, covered in sores, weeping and crying out, "Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him." Job chapter 13 verse 15. Marcus turned to the Word, not for answers, but for something deeper: companionship in suffering. He found Job not just a story, but a mirror. He too had friends who didn't understand, who offered cold theology instead of compassion. He too wrestled with God, questioning, crying, lamenting. But like Job, he did not let go. In his pain, Marcus wrote prayers in a battered notebook, each one more raw than the last. Lord, I know that you're still here, please show me. I don't understand, but I'm still breathing. I believe that means that you're not done with me. Even in the fire, I choose to say you are good. As Job declared, "The Lord gave and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Job chapter 1 verse 21. Marcus chose to echo those words, even through tears. His healing didn't come overnight. The disease still ravaged his body. The grief lingered like a shadow. But Marcus began to see beauty in unexpected places: a kind word from a stranger, a sunrise on a sleepless night, a verse that felt written just for him. Slowly, he rebuilt, not his career or his house, but his spirit. He started a support group for grieving fathers. He volunteered at a shelter. And he kept writing, turning his notebook into a devotional for the brokenhearted titled, "Ashes and Hope." Like Job, Marcus was not restored in the way he expected, but he was transformed. His faith, once quiet and comfortable, had become something unshakable, tested in fire and found true. Reflection. Marcus's story reminds us that God's silence is not his absence. That suffering is not always punishment. That faith is not proven in comfort, but in chaos. As James wrote, "You have heard of the perseverance of Job and seen the end intended by the Lord, that the Lord is very compassionate and merciful." James chapter 5 verse 11. So too, Marcus's life bears witness, not of a man who had everything, but of a man who lost it all, and still found God faithful.